Hey, this is Latanya Davis, also known as Outspoken the Artist. So today I'm going to be making some shrimp. I'm going to be frying some shrimp, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. These are the seasons that I'll be using: the cilantro, lime, lemon, butter, garlic, the Cuban blend, and of course the signature Old Bay. And so what makes this so much different is not the seasonings, but this right here is the Panko with coconut. This will be my first time using this, so let's see how it works. All right, so I already cleaned my shrimp. If you want to see me demonstrate how I clean my shrimp, it's a couple videos back when I was making some shrimp. I think it might have been some shrimp fried rice, whatever. I demonstrated how I clean my shrimp, so I'm not going to be showing that on this video. So I'm about to go ahead and season this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you the whole process, how we're going to get it all battered and ready to go into the grease. So as I'm seasoning this up, I just want to say, normally before I made the mistake of, okay, this one is a little crazy. Yeah, had one of them seasons kind of sweat up on me. But yeah, what I did before, I would have the grease cooking. And one thing you definitely don't want to do with panko is that you don't want to have that grease too hot, because if it's too hot, it will burn, and you definitely do not want that. So just going back with just a little bit extra, not too much, because I like my food to be seasoned, not salty. All right, so that should be enough. All right. Okay, y'all, so this is normally how I set this process up. So what I normally do is I'm going to start out with the flour and just put it, in the bag. I'm going to put the shrimp in the flour. So we're going to whisk up this egg. Before I used to add a little milk, but this time I'm just going to do just the egg. I know it seemed kind of backwards when I'm doing, but it's not. You will see it's more effective because the flour creates the base. So you want to make sure that that panko stays on there. So I'm just coating the shrimp and the egg mixture. You want to do the flour first, trust me. Then after you do that, just kind of let it drip a little bit. And put it in the panko. I like to do just a little bit at a time so I don't overcrowd it. Because once you put that egg in there, it does get messy. After you do that, you want to mix it up. Make sure that the panko is all over the shrimp. You don't want any spaces, because trust me, it makes a difference when you get ready to cook it. I know it seemed a little tedious, even annoying, but trust me, it's worth it. You don't have to spend all day on it, just enough to make sure that it's coated. And after you got them all nice and coated, I have my plate over here. It's clear. It's a plate. You're just going to take it and put it on the plate. Just let it rest for a minute. And the reason why it's best to let it rest, so any excess panko that's on it, it don't be dropping all in the grease and all of that stuff. So before, I didn't used to let it rest. I would just put it directly in there. But I realized it's different when you let it rest. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process. And then when I come back on, I will be putting them in the grease. All right, so now that all the shrimp has been coated, about to get it ready to go into the grease. See how good they look when they all nice and coated? All right. Trust me, this came from trial and error. So usually I would take a fork and just drop them in there. But I find that's more effective if I just take them and, you know, just take them and kind of place them in there in the scooper and just put them in there versus using a fork. So therefore I don't lose anything. You see how quick they cook? This grease is super hot. See how fast that cooked? Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with right now. I'm glad that happened. I had that grease a little bit too hot, and I didn't even heat it up that long. So what I'm about to do is I'm doing this on camera. So in case this happened to you, I'm turning the grease off. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to put the next batch in this. It burns very fast, y'all. And this is crazy because I was trying to prevent this, and I ended up doing it anyway. But I wanted to be real on camera about what can happen with this process. So I'm just going to cut this off, let it cool down, and then I'm going to put the rest of the shrimp in there. The shrimp, when it does cook like that, it's not necessarily burned. It's just darker. So if you really want like a caramel or golden brown shrimp, you want to make sure that you don't cook it on high heat. Now, if you like yours kind of dark, then, but it's not bad. It's just not the color that I normally like. So I'm gonna bring it back on once it cooled down, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, see what I'm saying? How that looks a whole lot better? That's how you want it. That's why I had to turn that grease down just a little bit, because you don't want to burn it. All right. So I'm cooking just some white rice with it. I put some butter, yeah, that much butter. And instead of the bouillon that I normally use, I'm going to put this caramelized onion butter. I've put it in my rice before, and it turned out good. So, and that beeping noise in the background, that is my smoke detector does have a battery in it. I don't know what's that about. I really think sometimes that'd be my neighbor messing with me, but we're gonna leave that alone. But anywho, I'm gonna mix this on up and get ready to plate it up in a minute. All right, y'all, this is the finished plate. And yes, I did include some of the darker ones because they still good. It's just that, you know, I like mine's a little bit golden. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye. You know I had to. I had to.